And I hope you know. And I hope you know. Yeah, don't mind my hair. I was braiding it, but then I stopped. It don't look that bad though. Like, but hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for liking, subscribing, being here, being you, be the best you. There's only one of you here. Thank you for being a part of my dream, my journey, and for sharing your time with me and watching this video. So we are gonna get into Love Island. I know I was like, I'm not gonna make another video until the end of the season, but that's because this season is boring. Okay, but obviously, if you on social media, if you watch it, we see the whole blow up that happened Friday night of June 26, 2026. But yeah, I recently just got like a stomach bug. Never in my 27 years. I'm still recovering, but thankfully I feel great. Thankfully it didn't last for too long. But whoa, I've never experienced that before. What the fuck is that? And why is there a virus and shit like that that's just living on Earth? Like that's some crazy shit. Like I've always had colds. I think I caught COVID one time. I don't know though, because I didn't take like a COVID test, but I did lose my smelling and my taste. But yeah, I've always had like colds and like sinus and stuff, but like a stomach bug, like you can't eat and you can't keep nothing down and you're just nauseous and shitting and funky. Like, I am a girl, okay? I should not have that, like. But for real, whoa. But yes, I don't really have too much to say or too much discourse about it, honestly, because let's keep in mind this is a reality TV show. I think for me it's just more so how social media reacts to things. Even though social media is social media, you guys are still real people that is on here talking about things, me included. So yeah, because I think it's interesting with people's takes on things, right? And it also shows a lot into what we as a society think in terms of this dating. A lot of people are mad, or a lot of shit would happen because Trinity and Kata, Melanie, Anaya, Kenzie were going off on this episode, which is crazy. You had 3 weeks to go off on these men and you didn't. I know they wasn't recoupling, but they were still doing stuff, especially Sincere. But it's funny how people, and this is why emotional regulation and emotional intelligence is so important, and especially if you want to be in a relationship, it is super important. It has to be part of your foundation in a relationship, because I think so many people, the cast included, are so emotionally caught up into this experience. Fuck the men, fuck the women, just the experience in general, that we are looking like spiraling. And I'm just like, wow, social media will make you think of things one way, like, wow, what did TT do? Or is Tiara wrong? Tiara's wrong for this, Tiara's wrong for that. But then when you actually go watch the episode, Trinity interrupted her discourse about how she felt about Casa Amor. So Tiara wasn't wrong. How's she gonna ask me a question about my experience, and then you're gonna say, can I ask a question, and then you're gonna direct it to, her man, the man she coupled up with. And it's like, people are like, Casey can speak for himself, but it's like, at that point in time, it wasn't like when Anaya and KC was like going back and forth or whatever, right? Tiara didn't get in that. She was just standing there, and and she should have, like, not saying she should have, but right, she didn't get into that. It wasn't until afterwards, and it's like, okay, all of y'all are still piling onto this man after you ask him to explain himself, and then when he does, you guys are just like, fuck you, you're lying, da da da. And it's like, okay, like obviously y'all don't really care to hear what he has to say. Y'all just really want to tear him down. And why do y'all really want to tear him down? Because y'all are mad and y'all are emotional. And I think as women, that's something that we have to take accountability with. It is beautiful to be emotional creatures, but at the same time, as an emotional creature, that's why emotional regulation and intelligence, especially as a woman, is important. Granted, these girls are young. Casey is young. You know, they're 22, 25. Bryce, 30. You know, and then Trinity, you want to cock Casey about something that Bryce literally took, projected, and interpreted in his own mind to mean something else other than what Casey said. I'm sorry. I don't think Casey's wrong. I don't think Corbin's wrong. I don't think any of them are wrong. This is Love Island, man. You're here to make connections. You are here to explore. Casey has said that to Anaya. But every time he's saying that, she's crying. And he's like, I don't really know what people expect. Like, if she's crying and then he just gets up and says, man, whatever, fuck you, I'm not doing this shit, and go and went to explore, so he would have still been a villain. Because it's like, wow, you didn't even care about her feelings. And then that would have turned into the whole as a man, as a man, as a man. If he argued back with all of y'all, it would have been the same thing. You shouldn't be arguing with a woman, you're a man. Like, it's a lot of stuff that's just going on. And as women, I feel like we do play victim a lot. I feel like we will sit here and continuously choose a man that shows time and time again they don't give a fuck about us. Melanie, you're choosing this man over and over and over again while this man is just continuously having his fun. And granted, they're not seeing everything we're seeing. Granted, they are isolated, okay? All they're there with is each other. So granted, even that can have type of mental, emotional changes and stuff. But still, these girls had great bombshells. They felt great with them. Corey made a date with her and everything. They didn't care. They still wanted to be loyal to the men that they first met. That's on them though. Gotta take accountability. You gotta, as viewers, we have to let them do that. We have to let them take accountability. It's not on for us to continue to defend them and to continue to take them on as clients and all that stuff. No. Because by defending these people, y'all sound just as stupid. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. I've been working on not being mean, but that's not mean. Is it? I've been working on not being mean. I've been working on not cussing people. Well, coming up here and cussing people out. But you're stupid too. Because in real life, when our friends continuously take back this man that don't buy you no flowers, he don't take you out on no dates, he don't do no type of romantic gestures, he do not like you, you're delusional, right? We'll sit there and we'll think about our own friends like that, and we'll see that within our own lives. And a lot of you guys should be using this show as a mirror, because with a lot of what y'all are saying, I understand why the dating scene is horrible. I'm not even in the dating scene, but I understand why so many people are complaining about it. Because on both sides, men and women, it's just horrible. It's all around types of fucked up. And I feel like this show is literally like just broadcasting, or this cast I should say, because Love Island UK is not like this at all. But this cast is definitely just like broadcasting that. Like this is Gen Z dating for real. We meet people, we get super attached, and then even when you guys are dating people, once again, not me. But even when we're dating people, we'll still expect something from them, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're dating, right? Dating is kind of the same thing. You have multiple connections, or you have a roster, but you are meeting different men that you are connecting with, seeing who you like. Maybe you like this guy or girl more. Maybe you like this guy or girl more. You know, I think where people get shit fucked up at there is like, you want your cake and eat it too, right? So you want to date all these people and fuck all these people and treat all these people like you married. And that's where we start, you know, it ain't gonna work like that. But in terms of dating, that's what dating is, you know? But our generation will sit here and just be like, oh, well, Like, what are we? You know, with first date, we want to know, what are we? Are we dating? Like, are we together? You know, and then we'll continuously play victim, blame our partners and stuff. But it's like, no, you have to, at some point, take accountability, look at yourself in the mirror and say, wow, what the fuck am I doing? Why do I allow for people to keep treating me like this? And why do I keep choosing this? So I think as viewers, it's kind of weird and odd that so many people are agreeing with these girls, the OG girls or the Villa girls. Not saying you should be sticking up for the Casa girls either, but you're literally trying to stick up and defend these stupid ass women, grown ass women at that. Melanie, you're 25, babe. Is your frontal lobe? Hello. Then you sat up there and cussed a man out for what? Both of y'all like that. Both of y'all like toxicness, and y'all are familiar with that, and you're gonna sit there and take it, you know. And not only was there hypocrisy, that's how you say it, right, within the Villa girls, but there's also a lot of that on social media. How do y'all just want KC and TT out the Villa? They're playing the game. But you want Anaya there so she could keep crying? Every single time these producers showed us a scene with Anaya and stuff and KC, that's what they're arguing. And he's like, I do want to explore, and if the connection is mutual, I am going to explore, but I do have respect for my boy Sincere, but I did want to explore her and stuff. And Anaya just kept bringing it up, and then it always ended with, do what you want. As a man, that's tiring. And then people are like, well, he needs to let go, not being chosen at the door. Two things can be true. He should let it go. Whatever. This is a dating show. Like, you're gonna be fine 5 years from now. Like, but he can also be very hurt by that, and that's okay. But that's where emotionally, as a society, we're idiots. We don't really know how to hold logic and emotion at the same time, you know. Casey can be hurt once again, and they're isolated. It's not like they have social media and TV and stuff to just distract them, and he can just go outside and run just to distract him and stuff. No, he's sitting there with that girl in front of his face, and he's probably thinking, you didn't choose me, you didn't choose me, you didn't choose me. Y'all be doing that same shit in real life. The only difference is that on this show, he decided to go with someone new. In real life, y'all still be staying with these people for years. So maybe that's why y'all expected for him to stay with, I don't know. But this is Love Island. We gotta get back to all the connections and the bombshells. And we just lost the plot. And I'm just like, wow, social media has ruined it. I'm just like, I can't even believe people think like this. I mean, I can, but I be feeling so like alienated, and there's nothing wrong with that. At the end of the day, can't nobody make me change my mind or nothing like that. But it's just like, wow, like I didn't know like this was such a big thing. And then the way for the girls to react like that to Casa Amor, I'm like, isn't that the whole point of Casa, to test out the connection and bring somebody back if you feel like you're connected? So why are you mad? And they have all that popping and all that lip, but it's like, y'all don't know what we know. So once y'all see it, all of y'all feel good to be chosen and stuff. Zach came back single. Sincere came back single. Sincere came back single because he knows you're an idiot. He knew you were going to forgive him. He knew where home was, right? Yeah. Kada, your man came back single because his girl was racist. Now, would he have chose her? We don't know. Two things can be true, right? He could have, he could not have, but we didn't get the chance to see. Trinity, your man lied to you about what Casey said, period. Now you up here arguing and shit for your relationship whole time. That's not even what Casey said. Whole time, and you're arguing with a whole nother black person over some shit he told you. Like, not gonna make this about race though. But just if you like, everybody's yelling at Corbin. It's Corbin. Mr. I DJ that bitch. Yeah, it's Corbin. I'm convinced that Corbin even had a connection with, he was still gonna bring somebody back. What? It's Corbin. But your man at Corbin, meanwhile, Kenzie literally has somebody already. And you're mad at Corbin, and you're mad at their comments during a challenge, but that's the point. It's a challenge. They got 5-6 girls' asses in their faces. Of course, they're gonna be like, damn. But we tearing down Tierra and stuff, trying to make them go home instead of really looking in the mirror. And I'm not saying we should tear down Melanie and them. Once again, I'm getting away from all that. But once again, those girls are delusional. But what can I expect? All of y'all be delusional. And I think a lot of people also confuse attention with love. So, especially on that show, once again, you're isolated. You only have attention from this 1 or 2 people. Of course, you're gonna feel really close and like the emotion is stronger. But that's not really love. Anaya, you in these, like, when it's time to recouple, you always pick KC. But then when y'all are having conversations, y'all are not compatible. So why did you pick KC? It gives, that's your safe option. KC decided to bring somebody back. You decided not to pick nobody. Now you mad. Now you scared. You don't like KC. Nor do I think that she likes Carl either. I think because eventually she just, I don't think she liked anybody. This is not the show for her, for real. I don't really think she likes anybody. And then people saying that Casey was disrespectful for the grandma comment, and saying that it took him 3 days to get what he wanted from Tierra versus Anaya. It took him like 3 weeks and stuff. People were saying that that was about sex. I don't think that was about sex. Did they have sex? I don't know. Could they have had sex? Of course. But I don't think that was about sex. I think he's genuinely saying, 3 days, I have a girl here that wants me. She came in here knowing she wanted me. She came in here, even when she turned up on him, like, yeah, she was crazy, but that still was like, oh, you want me. Like, that turned me up. Like, men are crazy. They crazy like that, okay? But, yeah, even that, he's like, she wants me. And I want her to. The fuck? She bad. And I don't blame him because she is pretty. So yeah, I don't think that was about sex, but the fact that social media just took that and was like, he's so disrespectful. If a girl doesn't want to give you her body, she don't have to. But it's like, he never once said that. Or I mean, he kind of did in terms of like, he wanted to be more touchy. But even there was one scene, if I'm remembering correctly, where he was like, at night he'd be wanting to kiss her and make out, and she'd be saying no. And then she'll just turn around and go to bed. Tierra, he didn't have to ask. He didn't have to plead. He didn't have to prove. Unfortunately, with Tierra, it was easier. But I don't know how people don't really see that, or how people, it's like, you really, when you're watching, especially reality TV, you have to, like, of course your emotions are going to be in it, but you have to continue to, like, watch it from an observer standpoint, because that's really all you can do. And when you watch, especially this show, from that, you really see how so much stuff is just brought out of context. I don't think the men was disrespectful. Yes, they were talking, but that's how they talk. Like, when you with your friends, that's how you talk. And yeah, you might be like, oh, well, they're on national TV, so they should, I don't know, y'all expecting for these people to be robots and monitor everything they say. But, like, no, it's reality TV, so you're gonna get the like, that's what men and women, that's what we do when we with our girls and when we with our boys. Like, we be talking shit. And lastly, or one of the last things, is that it was very cringy to watch them argue, and it was very cringy to start seeing everybody say, this is not Bad Girls Club, this is not baddies, she need to be recruited for Zeus. And the reason why I say that that is cringy is because you can sit here and say this is not Bad Girls Club, but when each of these Casa girls came in, you treated them like they was y'all's replacements. Y'all know when the replacements used to come in on Bad Girls Club and they would like haze them, talk to them however, isolate them. Even Soul said they did that they were mean. She even told them when they left, please be nice to whoever comes in here next so they could feel more welcomed. Right? Bad Girls Club did the same thing. But you quick to say, oh, it's not Bad Girls Club now because she told you to make me shut up? No, y'all are treating this like it's Bad Girls Club. But y'all think because y'all are the original or something, or y'all been here, that you have the right to this villa and all this stuff. Whole time, I'm sorry to say, but this is supposed to be like a frat house, you know? There is supposed to be a bunch of bitches and niggas coming in and out. You feel me? Like, it's Love Island. So, like, and it's crazy, even how Kata kind of jumped on you too, because Kata, baby, they was low-key trying to do the same shit to you until you got up and showed them you wasn't that one. So, they did the same thing to Kata, they did the same thing to Soul. It's just crazy. Where did y'all find this cast at? They have lost the plot. All of them don't know what show they on. Or I don't know, maybe producing is telling them to be like that or something, or maybe it's the money everybody's worried about, or fan favorites, or how they, I don't know, but yikes. But that's all I'm gonna say for now. I might come back towards the end. I don't know. I always contemplate every day if I want to continue watching this. So hey, I mean, obviously I feel like we gotta watch it now, right? Cause what, Tierra, they about to jump you. I'm sorry. Like I said, I don't think he was wrong or nothing, but I definitely want to see how the dynamics is in that house, because I don't know. It's just crazy, and it's crazy how social media is feeding into it and how many people really think like this. But once again, that explains why so many people are, when it comes to dating, marriage, children, and everything, why so many people, like, your brain is gone. Like, it explains a lot. So yeah, what are you guys' thoughts though? Please do not call me a bird. Please do not come in on me or nothing like that, because this is just my opinion from what I saw, and obviously from my own perspective. I am not a bird. Far from it, actually. But yeah, we can disagree, but respectfully, you know. So let me know your thoughts. You are safe and welcome here. And yeah, I love you guys. Continue being safe outside. Continue like being responsible outside. You know, it's nice outside and everything, parties and everything. Don't take unknown substances, don't drink and drive, and you know, please be safe. It is a blessing to come back home every day. I love you guys. Bye.